Today I want to talk about where the real cost of your home is. Too often we get hung up on granite countertops or a very expensive flooring, and we think that that's going to make a huge difference in our cost. Today I want to help you think a little differently. The real cost of your home is right here, between the outside and the inside of your home. On the outside, you have 5 different subcontractors typically who will help create the outside wall of your home. The first one is your framer, of course. The second one is the exterior fascia installer. It could be stucco, it could be brick, it could be a batten board, whatever you put on the outside. That's another subcontractor. By the way, if it's a stucco subcontractor, we're talking about a lot more steps typically than simple batten board. Anyway, framing, exterior installer, then your interior insulator who's going to come in and insulate your home. Then you're going to come in and have your gypsum board, your drywall installed. Then we're talking tape and texture on top of all that. After that's all done, which again is another subcontractor, then we're talking about your primer and paint, another contractor. All in total, roughly about 5 different subcontractors to stand in the same place and do something in this section of the home. That's where the main cost of your home is. With your concrete slab, it's one contractor. Maybe your excavator helped prep the land, but typically one contractor. With your roof, your framer, of course, and then your roofer, 2 contractors. Your real cost is right here. And what a lot of owner builders don't realize is how to save on the exterior of their home. They typically go 12, 13, 14 foot ceilings and go real high, not realizing that's adding an enormous amount of cost. I was just talking with a person who's looking to build their own home, and they wanted to go 12-foot ceilings throughout the entire home. And I had to explain to them how much that's going to cost. Imagine going 12 feet up. You now have to put a lot of scaffolding on the outside, and that increases a huge cost. You have to put a lot of scaffolding sometimes on the inside for your drywallers to get access to that. It adds to the cost. One way I've been able to save on this here area is to look for new technologies. In addition, designing the home a little differently. I typically like to go to a 10-foot ceiling. I don't like to go higher than that. A lot of your sheeting comes in 10-foot lengths. You don't have to cut that. You don't have to tape and texture the extra 2 feet on a 12-foot sheeting. On the exterior of the home, I try to avoid gable ends. I always try to go with a hipped end. So if you have a gable end, imagine having to put scaffolding to go all the way to the top, especially if you're not putting a second story. Why put a gable end when you can just cut that short with some hip ends and drop your entire exterior to one floor only? The other thing is a lot of people use attic trusses, but they go for a full second story of a home. Rather than using attic trusses, it can bring that cost down. Again, your roofing is going to be cheaper than this entire wall. So if you can use your roofing design to accommodate for more exterior rather than the wall, you can save on your home. These are a lot of things that a lot of owner builders and a lot of even builders don't consider. They just build things without considering this square footage rather than this square footage. This is the linear square footage, the up and down horizontal square footage that really makes up the cost of a home. How much you add to this is going to increase more so than your square footage right here. That's something to think about. The other thing to think about is new technologies. I'm always on the lookout for new technologies that actually eliminate one of the subcontractors in the creation of this wall. This is a technology I found. I'm looking to hopefully have it come out in my local market. But imagine putting up a wall that's actually stronger than this 2x6 wall that has the insulation all ready to go at the same time. You're basically eliminating a subcontractor at the same time. Your insulation subcontractor, it's not needed. It's all done right at the same time. Here's an example of that frame that has the structure inside it. It's actually stronger than a regular 2x6 frame because it actually accommodates for that. If you're interested, just go ahead and message me and I'll reply where I found this. There's other block technology. There's another CMU and insulated concrete form technology. A lot of technology is trying to move in the direction of eliminating one of those subcontractors. That's where some of your savings is going to be. You may have an increase in cost, but you're also saving on a total subcontractor, so it kind of washes out on the savings side. So you can look for new technologies. Cabins are a good example of that, putting up a simple log cabin here or a CNC cut log, putting that up there, it's acting as the whole unit as itself. It's not very a good insulator because we know that wood is not a good insulator, but you eliminate a huge number of costs. All I wanted to do is just help you understand where the real cost of your home is. It's not so much in the foundation, it's not so much in the roof, it's really in the exterior of your home on the wall. Find out how much square footage you can cut on that, not so much on this. You'll think a little more differently in your design, and you're actually going to save quite a bit of money. Hope that helps. This is Keith Couch with How to Build Your Own Home.